Let's talk about worry, you guys. Let's talk about what worry is, what we think it is, what we think worry is doing, and what it actually is, what it's actually doing, and what to do instead. Worry is this funny thing that we do. We think that worry is logical. We think that we justify worry. We justify worry because we care about something and we're not sure how to do something. We're not sure of the outcome. And so we have this thing in our mind. My dog just helped herself in here. We have this thing in our mind where we worry when we care. We worry when we love. We worry when we are concerned. And I don't know if you can hear this. My doorknob is like beeping because my dog just broke in. I hope it's, there we go. Okay. You probably didn't even hear that. You're like, come on, tell me what's going on. All right, let's start over here. Let's talk about worry, because worry is this logical confusion. Oftentimes we are justifying worry. We think that it is logical to worry when we love something, when we are concerned, when we really want a certain outcome. We justify worrying when we are really want something, feel really behind. When we really want something and we're really not sure, we worry. If we have a child, a friend, a mother, a sister, and something's going on, we worry. And there's just this idea in our minds that worrying leads to solutions, worrying leads to action. There's this confusion of like what worry does. And so we tolerate it because it is weird to not worry about things we care about. However, worry doesn't do anything good for us. Nothing. So we have to, and so in order to, and now your brain is like, does not compute. I do not compute that I am not supposed to worry. I am supposed to worry because I care a lot. Must worry, can't handle instructions. So we have to give our brain a little bit more. We have to explain to our brain. We have to explain to our being what worrying is actually doing. Worry is an emotion. Worry is a vibration. Worry is a signal. So as we care and then are worried, that worry goes boom, 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 boom. And the universe just says, oh, you like to worry. Cool. Let me give you some things to worry about. Worrying cannot happen at the same time we're holding faith in law of attraction. Because law of attraction and manifestation is saying we drank somebody's spiked Kool-Aid. We drank some Kool-Aid that was spiked, and we have now all of a sudden agreed that we believe that like energy attracts like energy. That's the basis of this. The basis is we are energy, the world is energy, and like energies clump together. Like energies clump together. And so that is why manifestation works. Manifestation is saying, let me intentionally work on my signal, because I know that if I can find any way to emit an abundant appreciation signal consistently over time, then when the universe looks at me, that is the strong signal coming from my body. And then it just clumps us together with other abundant type things. That is why it works, because on a scientific physics level, like energy attracts like energy. Like energy attracts like energy. And if like energy attracts like energy, then if we are worrying, we are manifesting shit to worry about. When we are worrying about an outcome, we are manifesting the worst outcome, the worst possible outcome. When we are worrying about a person, we are co-creating in whatever energy that they're doing. If you have a child and they're a teenager and they are partaking in a whole bunch of things and you are worried about them, that worry is actually not leading ever to a solution. That worry is shining light on the thing about them you don't like. And you're actually co-creating and energetically contributing to the thing that you want to go away. So worry is never logical. Worry is absolutely never logical. Worry isn't logical because worry gets us the thing we don't want. Worry slows down all of our manifestation progress. Worry is never leading to a solution. If you are saying, well, I'm worried about them because I love them and I want the best for them, this is something different. Wanting the best for them, let's talk about that. Let's talk about wanting the best. Let's talk about wanting the best. Let's talk about wanting the best, the best, the best, the best. Let's activate the best. Let's talk about how do we manifest the best? How do we contribute to the best case scenario? And because it is not by worrying. Worrying is saying this person's not capable of navigating their life. Worrying is saying something is wrong. And in the eyes of law of attraction, we want to be leaning into everything is right. Everything is right. So you can look at it a couple different ways. If you're looking at like a person and you're nervous about them, we can shift into what do we actually know? What we actually know is every single person has an inner being. Every single person came here to learn and expand. Expansion requires contrast. So if somebody's going through contrast, we can look at something is going wrong, or we can look at it that is something is going very, very right. And so if we can get into the habit of looking at things that we worry about, and rather than thinking something is wrong going on, we can look at something is very right going on. The seedling of manifestation, the seedling of expansion is occurring. The seedling is there. So somebody has a disease, somebody is into drugs, somebody's not making good choices, somebody is depressed, somebody is whatever. And what we have to do is we have to shift from being like, oh, I'm so worried, to this person is clearly on their path. This person is on their path. This person is going through life. Gosh, I love you and you are on your path. I refuse to worry. I'm not going to worry about you. You're fine. This is life. You're going through it. I'm not going to worry about you because what I know is you're motherfucking capable. You are capable. You are here. You knew that the victory would be that much sweeter if the journey was that much harder. You clearly came here wanting the big contrast so your victory could be big and sweet. And therefore, I am cheering you on. I am rooting for you. I am excited for you. You are brewing up something big. And I know that something very, 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 very right is occurring right now. So I'm going to look at you knowing that you have this inner being and this guidance system and you are figuring it out. And I'm excited for you. I'm absolutely excited for you. You can look at worry in terms of the world, right? So a lot of people right now, I think we're in the months preceding an election and a lot of people want to worry about it. You can go ahead. You're free. You're totally free to worry about that if you choose to look at that. I like to consider myself somebody who is mindful of what I consume. I consume generally healthy food. I consume generally healthy media. I consume healthy conversations. And the definition for healthy for me is feels good. Sometimes chocolate cake is healthy because it feels good. It's a nice little treat. Sometimes like perfectly steamed broccoli or grilled asparagus is healthy because it feels good. It's delicious. Sometimes watching some sort of like funny movie that's maybe not necessarily loving is healthy because you're getting something out of it. You're laughing. You're kind of like engaged and it feels good. But anything that doesn't feel good is not healthy. But we do this thing oftentimes with categories like business and politics, where we live this life of law of attraction, and then on certain subjects, we justify stressing out and worrying again. But like, okay, yes, love, 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 but the politics. So I'm completely agnostic. I don't partake in all of that, because all of it doesn't. Whoever goes into office has no bearing on what's going on in your life. You might have this confusion of like, but the rights are going to be taken away, and both sides feel like the rights are going to be taken away. Everybody's feeling the same way, right? Everybody's worried about what's going to happen, right? If you're into this. But the reality is if you're worried and you're feeling like, oh no, my human rights, my money, my opportunity. Now this is your energy. Now, I don't care who gets elected. After the election, the next day, you're left with this energy. And it just doesn't matter what the details are. Now that's your point of attraction. Your life will not become better or worse depending on who's elected. It will not. Your life is going to continue to be a reflection of whatever the sum average of your energy has been over the months or years preceding whatever event is about to take place. Same thing. If we are practicing an energy of love and abundance and not worrying, because we know I am ultimately the one in control of my thoughts and my energy and my vibration, and therefore my future, and we're holding that and fostering it, then it just doesn't matter who gets elected. At the day after the election, you are left with this beautiful energy of abundance and ease and unfolding, in which your life will unfold from. So then you're left and to say, well, I have this old belief where it's my responsibility to stay up to date on the details. It's my responsibility to know what's going on in the world. It's my responsibility to really push for this because I'm scared of this. Why would you need to push for this if you weren't scared of this? So a lot of time, this like edge of needing is actually born from being nervous, being worried, being scared. So you think you're promoting something beautiful, but you're actually co-creating the problem. So this is further deeper understanding that worry is not logical. Worrying is not logical. What's logical is, as much as possible, flowing love, flowing knowing, and being an example of that way of being and that successful way of living. Now, there's a little bit of fine print here. If you can watch politics, if you can be solution oriented and feel the love flowing through your body at the same time, fantastic. That means you were meant for that. But for the majority of us, we don't. And so we shouldn't. Now, it doesn't mean that that doesn't mean you can't vote. It doesn't mean that you can't have a preference. Vote, have a preference. But that doesn't mean that has to be stemming from a worry. Because if you have a preference, that means that you have a desire for something. And that desire has an energy that you enjoy, which means that if you actually want the thing that you think you want, then the only logical thing is to be practicing the energy of that now. So worry isn't logical. What's logical is loving. Our love valve is either open or closed. There's also a nuance here. You'd be like, well, I love and that's why I'm worried. There's a difference between loving and flowing love. Just because you love somebody or something doesn't mean love is flowing out of your body. In fact, a lot of people over a lot of time have justified turning off the love stream because they love. It's not logical. It doesn't really matter if you think you love something if you're not flowing love towards it. What matters is love flowing. And love is flowing when you personally feel good, when you feel that love. If you don't feel the love flowing, maybe you love, but you're not loving. So the most logical thing we can do is to be flowing love as much as we can and recognize when we stop, and then take whatever time we need to shift back in the direction of love. And in that loving space, you might be inspired to vote for one person or another, and you should. Because any contrast that is the result of whoever becoming or not becoming whatever is then going to be the further seed for further expansion. So whether you get what you want or you're experiencing the contrast from not getting what you want, it results in expansion either way. So worry is not logical, my loves. Loving is logical.